Blueface's mom, Karlissa, is going off the rails because rumors abound that Chan's son has a disability as a result of his mother's alleged heavy drinking and smoking during her pregnancy. Karlissa is irate because, according to her, Chan's friends were aware of her problems, but did nothing to help.
Needs to do is stop trying to threaten everybody, including myself, go work on it mentally. I'm suffering from what I see too. So I'm reacting, I'm angry, I'm hurt, I'm a lot of things too. But I'm not reaching out to all you that was standing there while the baby was being made and did nothing. You did nothing. You watched her. You watched her because you was scared she was in control of the money. I wouldn't have gave about that money. I'd have snatched her ass up and took her to home and made sure she at least got the mental help and counseling that she needed during her pregnancy so that she wouldn't have to regret it for the rest of her life. So yes, we're all angry, but don't point the finger at me. Cause I ain't never smoked no weed, drunk no liquor. I ain't never did nothing while I was pregnant. I took my vitamins every day, even though they made me nauseous. And then I went in and I never missed a doctor's appointment. I went in and I had 3 C-sections. I didn't get to go in there like you lovely ladies and push the shit out and walk out. I had to walk around on a cane for 10 days. I fought for my kids to be here. Now fight for you.
All right, it's time to speak up. I'm with Karlissa on this one, and let me explain why. Now, don't get me wrong. Karlissa can be a lot to deal with sometimes. She's not perfect, and we all know she has her moments of being over the top. But this time, she's not wrong. If what she's saying is true, that they sat there and watched Chan drink and smoke while pregnant, knowing it could harm her baby, Cran Jr., then she has every right to call them out. Because, let's be real, that's messed up. But here's my question. Do you honestly believe that even if her friends had spoken up, Chan would have stopped? If they had told her, hey, you're pregnant, you shouldn't be drinking or smoking, do you think she would have listened? Or would she have just kept doing whatever she wanted anyway? Do you think her friends are responsible for what happened? Do they carry some blame? Or is this all on Chan? Personally, I think they should have said something. Whether Chan listened or not isn't the point. The point is they could have at least tried to stop her. So, there it is. I've said my piece. I'm letting you know that what they did, or didn't do, was wrong. Now it's up to you to decide what you think. Oh, and by the way, Karlissa went live with Smiley to talk more about this situation.
Problem is, y'all not helping her.
Because we know Sean, but
y'all not
see,
helping
I don't get
her,
to see the bad.
Y'all not helping her though.
What I'm
being afraid of her fan base and her clout and her money and maybe a song. You guys are not helping her. I truly want to help her.
Well, my
That's
thing
not
is,
helping her.
I'm not lucky enough to see the side that you guys see.
How do you fucking not see it? She's on probation for it. I've been there before. I've been the person that'll just slap somebody at will. And you know, people had to tell me.
But
that's
do you
not
feel
okay.
Well, I personally, I'm gonna say this. Sean is not the person to act like that unless they do something for her.
Fan base if you
no,
love
I'm not scared. That's my friend.
Tell her the truth. Now, if you don't want to do it online, I get that. It's a time and a place.
It's not about
that. But
you
should be calling her and telling her, that lady was in there with your baby. You should not have got on live, whether you wanted to be on camera or not, talking about you should stomp her out. That's not funny. I did get stomped out. I personally have eye damage. I personally could have sued her with the rest of the people and had her ass locked up. Right? And I got 3 years to do that, right? Did I do that to her? No. That's not what I wanted from her. I want her to get better. I want you guys as her friends and loved ones for the sake of the baby and for my son when he get out.
Trees keeps commenting. She said, please, can you bring me up? I just want to talk to her as a mother.
Who?
Trees.
I don't know who that is.
Latrice, she just commented. She said, can I talk to her as...
Who is Latrice?
Tea time with Latrice.
I don't know those people.
Okay.
I don't even know that they really give a fuck about her, Blue, or me, or you. So why are we gonna bring them up for?
Right. Well, I can say that she does care. She doesn't like it, and I feel like a lot of people don't dislike you. They just dislike the little comments that you make about Sean and stuff like that.
Well, when you say that behind my back in a whole nother conversation that you should stomp me out again, you think I'm about to get on here and talk nice to you? That's what you wanted me to do? I'm not a game. That's not me.
I don't know.
I'm
I
not
said
getting
some
ready. I'm
things to
not
my
getting ready to
mama.
pretend like I'm not with
I
all the
said
shit.
it.
I'm not getting ready to pretend. That would be fake. I'm gonna get on here and be myself. If I get out of here and I've realized that I was just in your face and you didn't give me none of that energy, but you telling the fans you should stomp me out and that's cute. You got my phone number. You could have called and said, "Oh, my bad. I was dragging. I was trolling." You could have said anything. You literally let my father, my friends, my family on
Look,
the
I'm finna
internet
ask
think.
Mom. Be real. Don't lie. Don't I be when I was younger and stuff? I'll talk to you any kind of way, disrespect you, put my hands on you and stuff, and it will be okay for a little bit. I'll play around. I'll curse you out a couple days later.
Yeah.
I used to
But
listen.
that's not my
Nobody's
child.
perfect.
That's not
Okay,
my
but you have to
daughter.
understand.
That is not my daughter. I don't owe her nothing. Not a goddamn thing. That's not my blood. That's not my daughter. What I have given so far, trust me, is enough. She could be doing bars for what she could be behind bars for what she did.
So I think it's best that you
Telling
just.
people that I be telling people that's suing her and that's putting her in jail not to do that. Give her another chance. Y'all don't know what I be doing. Me and you have talked behind. Me and Chastity have talked behind the scenes. I don't hate Chrisean. I really pray to God. My sister prays for her and encourages me to pray for her, even though it's hard because this person is where my son is talking about coming home to. Do you understand the prayers
And
that I
that's
have to
his
pray at night?
decision, and you have to respect it as a
And
mother.
I do respect it because if he like being in jail, I love it.
My mama
I
used to
love
hate
for
my
them to be
baby
happy
father.
wherever they happy
I'm
at.
talking.
If they happy where they at, I'm happy for them. And that is one thing I had to learn how to do this year. Is to accept the things that I cannot change, and I can't change that.
Where did everything go wrong?
I think you as young adults, if they, and it's not her fault because my mom wasn't really in my life either. So I can relate a lot. So when Blue says, Chrisean, she just like you, Mom. I know what he's trying to say.
Right.
We don't have no filter, and we kind of just say what's on our mind because we didn't have our mothers there to say, no, baby, you should say it like this. Whereas I try to do that with Callie, growing up because young ladies need that. You can't just say whatever you want to say when you want to say it.
Right.
But when you've been doing that so long, it's no excuse, and I work on it all the time. There's sometimes I go off and I get off this, and I have to be like, God, I fail again. Right. And I admit, like I had a breakdown during this process, and it's not really so much about Chrisean. It's more about the baby, and it's more about all the people stirring up the shit behind the scenes.
But let me ask you a question. Do you ever feel like we say certain things to hurt people? We get it. But do you ever feel like you do owe her a real genuine apology for even just like getting into her life and things like that?
No. And the reason I say that is because when I went to her house, I put all the cards on the table. I didn't know I was being filmed. We know that, right? It didn't come out for a year later. Every time we're out, not in front of the cameras, I'm trying to let her know I give a fuck about you and the kid, regardless of what's going on.